What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the SSJ cast, your favorite unprofessional cast on the internet. We're not a podcast, we're just a cast of characters. I don't fucking know. Let's get started. That's the wrong screen. Let's get started. Today's already starting off strong. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you all for another week. I don't know what's going on below me, but we're gonna find out. Shaz, let them know who you are.
I'm Shaz. I'm the Leech God, the Leech King. I don't got a lot of things to say today. If I'm being honest right now from the intro, my brain's not working right. But just know, we're trying to get 17 C's right now. So remember that. Thank you.
17 C's. Okay.
Like yeast, my friends.
Like yeast.
Like yeast.
The lore. To the dancing man below me, almost done, soon to be full-fledged adult, Mr. Ale. How are you doing tonight?
You know, I'm doing fine, enjoying my night, talking to these beautiful. Why are the cameras turned off? Oh, okay. SSJ quality there, baby.
SSJ quality.
But no, I'm fine. I'm just chilling. You know, I gotta go get it. How we doing?
You gotta get it. Nah, but that's good.
Gonna put this out there, because I didn't get an ad. But did anyone
I tweeted it.
Did you tweet it? Okay, I was about to say because
I definitely tweeted it.
Okay. It was when I was gone. Okay. Just making sure.
We're back at it, guys. We got a show that I didn't say anything, chat. My name is Strix. I'm just here in spirit and in truth. Please don't kill me, religious people. No, I'm here. I'm the host with the leastest that apparently doesn't know how to balance audio.
Yep.
Facts.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the topics for today's show. So I'm trying to do way too many things once again, because I'm mean. All right. So where do y'all want to start this week? For those that have never been here, I guess I should. We covered anime, manga, tech. I don't know what we are. I don't even have a term for us. We're trying our best, and that's what
we're a multimedia podcast initiative conglomerate company that there we go. I said it.
Okay, that's what's up. So for our first piece, we will travel the seas of the Pacific, heading to our comrades in the Far East, to the land of the rising sun, to discuss news that has come out about a new. Oh, no. Today's gonna be one of those episodes.
You tried it.
A new Ultraman anime trailer came out.
Dog, why you even pretending, bro? Like, oh my god.
Hey, Strix, do you know what Ultraman is?
Do I know what Ultraman is? Have I seen Ultraman? Completely different question. A completely different question.
Putting your host on the spot, I see.
Completely different.
Hey, Strix, what's an Ultraman, man?
What's an Ultraman? The thing sitting behind Shaz's left shoulder.
He's not wrong.
That much I can answer. What actually happens?
I mean, the trailer's right there, so.
Weeaboo shit on Netflix.
It looks really good, man. I'm so excited for this shit right now.
I will never be a fan of CG, but
it looks very good.
I will trust the opinion of those. It looks like fake ass Iron Man. Saying to other people out there, I got to say something controversial, otherwise
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. Yeah,
we won't get anywhere alive.
But for those who don't know, this is a Netflix anime adaptation by Production IG and Solar Arts or something. I forgot the name of it.
It's a purely CG company, yeah.
See, yeah, Alejandro, you were trying to get me there. I know you are. You held up on Production IG like that's gonna be like, oh yeah, Production. Not like nah. This is Shaz.
I mean, this is I think this is directed by the dude who did Ghost in a Shell.
It is,
so,
for sure.
You know, but Netflix adaptation of Warframe, nah. But No, this is an adaptation of a manga of the same name, Ultraman, and the manga is basically a direct sequel to the
Power Rangers.
original.
Just taking a guess there. I was just tossing something out. Keep going. Why do you acknowledge what I say?
A direct sequel to what was the year? Was it 66 when the original Ultraman came out?
Yeah, it's really old. Something
Yeah.
like that.
The original 60s, 50s, I don't know what year Ultraman live action series. So it's not out yet, Winter Fiend, but it does come out on April 1st. What a day to release a series.
Well, wouldn't it technically be March 30th here in the States?
It just depends on the time,
No,
actually.
it comes out April 1st everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
Technically.
So April
it would
1st.
be April 2nd, technically. I'm just saying. Stop trying. I'm not letting you hold our Japanese brothers and sisters down with your jokes.
I don't know if it's April 1st American time. I'm like American time.
American time!
Fuck yeah.
No,
That's a new Power Rangers team.
Probably
Has
exists.
that been a thing? Has that been an American team before?
Do
Do Super Sentai ever go to Americas? And
well, I mean, Power Rangers is
flips?
better than Super Sentai, but that's a whole different conversation. There are plenty of American teams, yeah, and the greatest Power Rangers to ever live is an American, so that's all that matters.
Okay.
Shout out to Jason David Frank. You can't even argue with it. You can't even argue with it. It's facts. It's facts. Facts.
I want you to keep the same energy next week. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna keep this. Like, y'all don't know.
These statements. I mean, this pure East versus West stuff. I'm waiting for it.
Okay, y'all will be mad because y'all will say I literally dropped this into the pits of hell, and I will be perfectly fine with that. I'll tell y'all to double trigger up and get the fuck on out.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
That's crazy. I'm gonna Yamato my way out of here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We always keep the same.
The podcast is gonna start, and I'm just gonna walk off screen. I'm not even gonna come back until it's over. You guys can deal with that.
But yeah, as somebody that's unfamiliar with Ultraman, well, how would you sell the series to somebody that might want to or should get into the series?
Aliens fight people.
Okay, something that doesn't sound like every other piece of sci-fi fiction that's come out, or like 50% of sci-fi fiction has come out in the last.
Okay, to be fair, Ultraman's mostly older than most of those, so
Yeah.
just putting that out there. Also, like this is a different interpretation of Ultraman.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's coming out. Regular Ultraman series are just like live action people in suits fighting like giant monsters. So imagine like Super Sentai or Power Rangers, except the entire episode is like Megazords fighting each other.
You don't start at human form. It's always super big, super giant form, and they do big fights that destroy cities and mountains and shit.
So did you like steal the props behind you off set? Just asking the questions. I'm asking.
I wish.
Like,
but yeah, this is very much a different interpretation of the series, where instead of we have big people fighting big things, we're doing very much human-sized people fighting human-sized things, but it still has that large-scale destruction that's going on. It's still very big fights, very, very grand. The manga is super well illustrated. The writing's pretty good. It's been a while since I read it. I need to reread the series before the anime comes out. Yeah. I think me and Shazzyn's main concern when it comes to this new anime is that they introduced a character in that trailer which doesn't come out until the 6th volume of the manga.
how many episodes are supposed to be in this again? 13?
We
six
don't
episodes in. 6 episodes.
Oh yeah, 13. Yeah.
6 episodes in will be good. One volume an episode, 30 minutes covers a few hundred chapters.
The issue,
200 pages, excuse me.
The issue is that reading a volume of Ultraman is like reading a novel because there's a lot of fucking dialogue in that shit.
Yeah, that's like we said. Like instead of like episode 1, just season 1. That's how Netflix generally handles things. Remember Castlevania? where the first 4 episodes of Castlevania.
No, that's not the same, and you know it.
Oh,
That's
it-
not what it is.
Well, actually, what they could do is do the 1 hour first episode thing. That could be a thing.
I honestly think that's what's gonna happen.
And then just do flashbacks. Like, we're in an age where it seems like a lot of people are much more ready to do flashbacks to explain something. Tell me.
Well,
I
I think the biggest advantage with Netflix is that because it's on Netflix and people are usually binging stuff, they probably won't bother with, stuff like cliffhangers or other stuff that would get in the way or eat up time. Just to we know you're gonna just watch that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna watch the 13 episodes all at once.
Me and
So-
Shaz plan on marathoning that shit. So
Once again,
Yeah.
so we expect a review out on youtube.com/Shazzyn.
I'll try. Wait, Shaz. Wait. Wait.
The
Oh,
entirely wrong person.
Nope, that's the right person.
Who?
It looks like
Oh.
Mecha, so it goes to the Mecha Man. What? I'm making some statements. Getting
Yeah,
y'all
you're making
ready.
statements, all right.
Assuming? That's an old ass reference. No, but and I'm trying to figure out what would you say the draw is? Do you think this is something that is kind of for the nostalgia for the older
Not at
people that have
all.
already seen it, or do you
If
think
anything, this is really good for new fans.
Yes,
This is like if you want a decent starting point, you can definitely check out this series.
well, because it kind of just wraps up a lot of the older series in a modern twist.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of those shows are kind of hard to watch because it's so old. Not necessarily just because of the quality of the writing or whatever, but it's just effects and other stuff where it just takes you out of it. And like you said, there's a little nostalgia for it, but I really do think it's for the newer generation to get into Ultraman or like Ultraman in any way and try to get into it, because there's a lot of stuff with Ultraman and it's kind of hard to try to really be knowledgeable about it. So
There's a lot of Ultraman that have released over the years. I've personally seen none of them,
okay?
but I am watching Tiga. Was it Tiga?
yeah,
We're watching. Me and Shaz are currently watching Tiga, which we need to get back on because
Yeah,
it's
we
been
do.
it's been a minute, and I'm starting to forget the events of the last few.
we will.
episodes
We'll
that
watch it. But yeah, it's kind of like Super Sentai in that they make a new one every year. Same with
Okay.
Kamen Rider as well. So once you get behind on Ultraman, Super Sentai, or Kamen Rider, it's kind of hard to catch up because you're like, oh, I'll just watch it in 3 years. You've missed out on 3 now. So it's like,
Well, to be fair, there are different continuities with that one.
there's different continuities and stuff that has nothing to do with each other, and they do that regularly. They're like, okay, this one has nothing to do with anybody else. Just watch it so that you can get into it.
Like if
So-
a new era of Ultraman starts, then there's usually a new continuity that starts with it too. So it's
Which
like-
is probably going to happen soon because the Heisei era is going to end soon. Because
So,
the new
It's
Emperor or
like the
whatever is gonna
Doctor
come out.
Who of the East. I'm just, look.
I don't.
I'm trying to draw parallels because
No, I see what you're saying. It's not even making fun of you. I just feel like with the Doctor, it's more consistent because the Doctor's always the same
multiple
person.
seasons. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's the
saying.
same-
I mean,
it's
I
the same
don't know
person.
how to make it make sense
Mm.
of that.
Oh,
It's a
shit.
series that. I mean, I guess Power Rangers is the easiest thing for. a lot of
Power
people
Rangers is the
to understand.
closest
Yeah.
one, honestly.
Yeah.
Power Rangers is the closest thing, and I don't blame people for saying that because that's the closest you're gonna get in the West in terms of it.
Okay.
So if you're into Power Rangers, maybe check it out. It's not gonna be like that level of campiness with this one. It's gonna be more mature.
Damn.
Nothing too
Yeah.
crazy, but if you're into that type of thing, check it out.
Okay, we got a recommendation from the.
I mean, we have the Ultraman figures in the background.
from the resident weebs. Two recommendations there.
Where they at? Because
From the resident casual, I would also say check it out. I would also
Facts.
say check it out. Look, I don't like in this situation. I'm sitting here trying to figure out, for me personally. I mean, I guess there is one question left: is it a troll? Is the April 1st date possibly a troll?
No,
No,
Okay,
there,
that's
with the amount of shit we've seen in those trailers, that's a lot of production right there.
it's too much.
Also, it's been in production for 3 years now.
Something like that. And it's not like the
So-
manga doesn't exist already. So
Mhm.
it'd be one thing if they just came out of left field being like, we're gonna make this thing that's wholly original, but the manga exists. So it's like, well, I mean, it could be an April Fool's thing, but Japan usually doesn't do that. They know about it.
Yeah,
But April Fool's Day isn't really a thing in Japan.
but that's very much more of a Western thing. So,
okay.
But it might be. They might do something with it. But
also for those of you who are interested, if you don't want to watch a CGI anime, The manga is currently releasing in America. I don't know about the other countries, but it is currently, I think, I think the 11th volume is either released or currently coming out right now in America.
I see.
There's 12 volumes in Japan, and I think it's a monthly series, so it's either monthly or bi-weekly. There's a bit of time between each chapter.
And Viz publishes it in the West. I believe.
So you can read it on Viz's website. I think I saw that you can read
Mm-hmm.
at least some of it.
Viz's website?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I think because I went to check for something else, and I think I saw.
It's there. It should be It should be caught up to what they have in the West. So.
I mean, I think it'll be interesting. I want to see how this kind of plays out. I've always been a fan of kind of reintroducing. I mean, the easiest way is like the last thing that pops in my head super clearly is Megalobox and how it was clearly an homage to.
That's
Ashita
kind of what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
And
it's
how that
kind of like
they went over really well. So
you're totally right in that way. I think it's just because, like I said, Ultraman's so like old that they're like, okay, we kind of need to like try to do this again. Even though Ultraman is a big thing in Japan for like the newer generation, the older ones obviously are kind of just like, they just know them because they just show up every now and again, not really knowing them. So
the original Ultraman came out in July 17th of 1966. So
it's pretty old at this point.
Man, that's wholly Japanese. There ain't no Western influence in that really at all.
Well,
is it? Let me know.
Well,
oh god,
not good kinds.
Okay, well then we'll move on from that.
Not the good kind. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
Can't wait to watch that with you, Shaz.
Let's see. Continuing down news from I guess Japan coming to the West at least.
The complete opposite, almost.
No, actually, I'm sticking with the anime. We're going a little bit out of order. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, for those that have never seen the first season of JoJo Bizarre Adventure. The first season is now available on Netflix. I saw it, didn't get a chance to actually watch the episode to check out how good the quality is.
Okay. I did watch it. So first off, it is only the first season. I think part 5 is currently airing weekly on Netflix in Japan. So I think we will be getting later seasons as they release in English over here in Netflix. So that might coming soon. So yeah, you can watch it in English and in Japanese, both English dubbed and English subtitles and all that stuff. The big issue I have with this release is that it's the TV broadcast censored version of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It's not the Blu-ray uncut. Oh
Nope.
no.
I mean, this
black spots all over the episodes.
Okay, but it's not as bad as Terraform Mars though. Y'all remember that?
It's not.
Y'all remember that? That was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Netflix doesn't really have anything that's super out there like that. I'm trying to think anime wise. Like, don't they air generally the more
Devilman Crybaby.
Okay.
Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah,
yep.
that was
beyond that. Like, I'm talking like, are there enough things where they're like you're not calling out anomalies versus like, what are you able to say? Like, how often are they willing to show Castlevania? I don't know how graphic.
Castlevania is pretty fucking graphic.
Alejandro, have they dubbed the Blu-ray version in America?
For what?
For JoJo? Because I don't know if they like maybe synced it up for like different animations.
Oh.
No. Yeah, the Blu-ray is dubbed too. So if you buy the Blu-ray of JoJo,
because that was my question. If like it wasn't dubbed already in the Blu-ray version, that's why they would put that.
I can check right now.
Because then they would have to resync audio and get actors back in for new lines and stuff like that possibly. That's why I could see the thing. But JoJo, I don't know. That's kind of weird. It's not like JoJo inherently is all that gruesome, if I'm being honest.
But there's
that first
still
season,
those scenes that are weird.
I think the first season, from what I can remember, especially the first season,
there's
definitely some scenes that.
I mean, there's gore, but I wouldn't say it's on like. It's not detailed enough for it to like.
Yeah, it's just them censoring the censor. It's just
I
it's
totally
TV
understand.
Broadcast.
No, I mean that's fine. It's the TV version. They gotta deal with the network, but.
Yeah, I think the Blu-ray. Let me see. I think the Blu-ray definitely does have the English dub with it, so I don't know why.
I think there's like, but Western audiences are more okay with violence and shit like that. So I don't know why they would just bring the censored version. Other than that's what they got the right to license. Like
That makes
maybe they just didn't get the other version. They were like, okay, you can use this version.
Maybe they're trying to incentivize people to try to buy the Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Same reason why, like, if you remember a lot of, I think, like anime at least in the West with the major sites comes out
so if you're talking about gory anime, Baki is on Netflix, and that's super fucking gory.
fairly
But
censored though. Like what I'm saying is, like a lot of stuff. If I would go with them trying to convince people to buy the Blu-ray. If you're like,
I
hey,
think that makes the most sense. I feel like.
what do you? I mean,
Because
that
why
kinda
would you?
sucks,
You know?
But if you've never watched JoJo's, watch.
I mean,
it.
that's a good streaming platform. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
watch it. It's on Netflix now. Really easy to get to and consume platform as well as show. I think that most people will like it.
I think it's the only. I think Hulu has it with the English dub too. But the issue is Hulu. If you use Hulu, it has ads on there. So I think the
God.
only way to watch it legally without ads is in English. Because I like to watch anime in English. If you want to do it like that, you can, it's Netflix is the only option.
Now, for a side tangent off of that, which is still going to be
Mhm.
related to Hulu, how do y'all feel about One Punch Man being exclusively on Hulu?
Oh yeah,
Makes sense to me.
that makes
sense
sense.
to me.
Mm,
Viz,
sense to me.
Viz anime are on Hulu.
I
sense.
understand that, but I fucking hate ads.
I'll watch it.
That's not a real discussion, though, Strix. That's just you saying you hate ads.
That sounds like
That
a-
is a discussion.
Why the reason why it's on there makes sense to me. It's just like
Because
okay,
just, I mean, I get it's basically
the
who has
company
the
that
rights.
yeah
yeah, who was the
license,
company?
yeah.
You know, at that point you should have been mad that Netflix didn't fight harder to try to get it. But
I don't
that's not
Note
even a-
note that that's only for Americans. I think Australian viewers get
Mhm.
Anime Lab with it. So yeah.
Oh, Anime Lab. I see. I just
So-
we're in a world where Hulu will be the biggest anime platform soon. All right, get ready, everybody. Let our Hulu overlords.
Hulu has a lot of anime.
they're trying.
I
I
mean,
gotta
we're-
give it to
we're-
them. They're trying. They're
Funnily
trying.
enough, one of the last few times we were talking on SSJ was SSJ Lounge was when
Wholly different.
remember when Amazon was just getting in, Hulu was getting more.
Oh my
fucking-
God.
Yeah.
Like where we all of a sudden had this huge jump and spike in.
What was
well,
it
no,
called?
Hulu always had anime.
But I mean, like everybody was kind of stepping up their game. Like everybody was like,
Mhm.
it was that weird season of anime with like, because Ballroom I think was on Amazon,
Ballroom was on Amazon.
like where everybody was like, hey, here's this kind of big show that people
the
want.
the big thing.
I'm
The
gonna
big
grab
thing
it.
was what was it called? The one with the trains.
The one with the-
Cabaneri?
The Cabaneri. That was the big one that we're like, oh yeah, Amazon has that.
but I'm saying everybody was kind of, because was that also when Funny and Crunchy got
Yes.
together? Got
Yes.
together initially,
Yes.
which. God, that
Now
shows
that-
how long that was. Long.
Rest
that
in
was ago.
peace. The fact that that's like a not a thing anymore. Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
fucking
because
long,
Sony-
so long ago. Yeah.
But with I'm saying with all of that included, to say that that set up this timeline where I think more people. Netflix made their stake and said, "Hey, we're gonna get some." Amazon's now a player. We have the Hulus, the Crunchyrolls, the Funnies. Verb is trying to be like, "Hey, we can give you that plus more as a one-stop shop."
Yeah.
It's just
Because
really.
if you get, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because with the big thing with Verve is like you have anime, but you also have a bunch of live action, and you have a bunch of
Others.
YouTube channels, and it's really interesting. So
Yeah, but I think Verb doesn't survive as a newer platform in the space with the other names because it's just not as big. But with its
also
additional,
because it's American only.
with its
that's
value,
the biggest issue. It's not a global market,
Yeah.
which is kind of what they're offering. I mean,
I think
funny.
the big reason it's surviving right now is because it's Crunchyroll money.
Oh, and
because
what's-
Verve is
Oh,
a
without
Crunchyroll.
doubt.
what's the
without
one
a
that
doubt.
you and I looked at, Alejandro?
High Dive.
Yeah, that's
High
still
Dive
out
is
there.
on
High
Verve.
dive. I
High
forgot
Dive
about
is
High
on
Dive.
Verve
It's
right now,
still,
so.
but it's also still out there doing its own thing as
Mhm.
well. And again, I think at some point we should do that. Maybe sit down and talk about the different
The
platforms
streaming platforms. Yeah.
and see
Mhm.
like which ones. I don't want to just say rank them, but kind of which ones need and where we can see improvement. Because we're
I
finally
can
in
give
this.
you I can give you a brief opinion about the fews that I've used.
I guess I would ask, what are the best? Actually, 3 questions. What are the best platforms?
Okay.
what is an area you see that like kind of not all but most of the platforms need to improve on? Like what would make a better experience overall? And then obviously we can ask what's the worst platform? But I mean
Funimation.
Wow. Right out the gate.
I don't like it.
Uh-huh.
It has the worst video player. It has the worst way of organizing the anime for you to watch it. It's literally the worst of the worst.
So organization, I mean, I think that's easy to say. Like
Playlists and stuff like that.
In the age of binging content, if I can't find my content in 2 seconds,
yeah.
Look, I'm sorry. It's not me just being lazy. It's kind of a quality of life change that's been here.
It is
Today,
without a doubt.
Like
because if I'm correct, the Funimation website is also linked to the Funimation streaming service. So it's like if you look up something on the Funimation website, you either do you want to look up the Blu-ray or do you want to watch the show or do you like it's not streamer friendly.
But what I would say is like that's a problem that has persisted for what feels like 5 years. Like specifically, I remember when I used the Funny Player, like you have to go out of your way to like go to the streaming section and find it if you really want to stream it, because you'll end up in a store or someplace. And they'll be like,
it's almost like the YouTube gaming problem where people don't know how to go to YouTube gaming from regular YouTube, and it's just like
I don't know how to.
I just type in YouTube gaming on
YouTube
Google.
gaming
and just go
does
there.
not exist anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
But you get the point. It's kind of like you would think there would be a clear divide of like, okay, if I realized this was just a Funimation streaming page, I could just keep that. But even then, it's really not consistent.
Now is the streaming site. What's it called? It's the Funimation.
See, that's another issue. Like
I don't remember. I don't remember. The name,
I personally am not a fan of when websites do that. Of like, blah 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 now, blah 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 live, blah blah. Because at that point, I'm like, I literally just want to watch the show, and it's really annoying to have to be like, hey, I went to Funimation, but I couldn't find the stream. And you're like, oh, you were supposed to go to Funimation now. And it's like, but why can't something that Amazon does really well? We were talking about the Pokemon movies. I literally Googled the Pokemon movies, and the first thing I clicked on was, do you want to buy it? Do you want to stream it? Do you want to order the DVD? It was all the movies. And I'm sitting up here, I'm like, that is something that's so convenient that literally when I was like, I mean, it's like $2, $3. How bad would it be to just grab Pokemon 3?
I also appreciate how Netflix, separates seasons on their own. Like you can watch an episode and they only have like 20 episodes for the first season, but you can click out of it and then hit a different season. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's super simple. And it's little things like that, just little UI stuff that goes a really long way. Like Hulu is like super bare bones in that kind of regard, but at the same time, they're like, they know their core audience. It just kind of seems like with Hulu, it's more American TV shows. You know what I mean? And they're really trying with anime, which I appreciate, by the way. I remember when there was like no anime on that site. 100%.
There was only the like C tier questionable stuff, maybe
that no one wanted. They bet like $5. They paid like $5 to get those shows on their site. I was like, what are these shows?
Because here's the thing with Amazon. Amazon, it's not the greatest to like if you want to go specifically. Oh yeah, I want to specifically watch anime, and like navigating that isn't the greatest. You still gotta have to do the Google search and shit. But in terms of actually just sitting down and binging something on Amazon, it's pretty good. It's pretty comfortable. You don't get any ads and shit like that. And I've used the Amazon service for streaming a few anime. I know I watched Grand Blue over the break, and it was fun. It was nice. It was watching anime on their works, so it's all right.
For those that are watching this post, the police are fighting with Discord, and Alejandro's camera is also fighting along the.
No. Wait. Okay. I actually want to say something.
That's the Lord.
That's the Lord.
That did it. It did it. Yep.
Muting.
Bro, what? Discord. We gotta have a conversation.
Ain't no way that's
Discord.
Ain't no way that's a thing. How is that a thing?
So muting is what causes your camera to flicker. Muting is what causes your
No.
what?
So it's not only muting, but random spikes of internet usage will also make it flicker.
Discord. Come on, bro. How's the mute button connected to the webcam, bro?
Bro, what? This is where we just like, Discord, we love you. How old is this? God, thinking
Like
about
5
stuff
years
like
old?
that makes me
Nope.
feel old. But you know what else? When you get old, you do evil shit. And to deal with that, you need to get yourself a police force. In this case, an anime one with Psychopath Season 3 being announced. Look, we're making some segues, bro. Y'all didn't catch that segue coming? Yo.
No! You're not Saint Jam. Calm down.
Nah, that's the perfect segue, yo. I could have done that so much cleaner and I didn't. That was so intentionally bad on so
That
many
was
levels.
That was so gross, dude. Don't ever try to do that ever again.
I can do some clean segues, bro.
Can you? Because you convinced me of it.
Oh, I can 100% do it. I can do it cleaner than that. I looked over and I was like, yo, what is the farthest?
Space
You know
Jam
the
reach,
dude that,
dog.
you know the dude that just comes across half court and just pulls up and just like buckets. And that shit doesn't even make it to the 3-point line, just falls and you're just like,
Dude, I thought you were talking about like the anime police on YouTube or something. I was like, what?
I thought something. I thought he was about to get on the 5-0 or something. I'm like, oh, Strix getting into political stuff today. Like, okay. Nope. Psychopaths.
we're all cloudy now. We're all cloudy now. Oh Lord.
Jesus Christ.
For those that don't know,
Oh,
Psychopath
man.
Season 1 is an amazing anime that dropped back in 2012 and ran for 22 episodes. Go check it out.
Look at you being informed.
It was there's an article in front of me. I'm gonna be honest. The follow-up in October. No, I ain't gonna lie. Like, look, we ain't gonna pretend to be prepared out here.
That SSJ quality.
In October
Don't even pretend.
in October 2014, they had a follow-up that we don't talk about. We don't refer to.
It wasn't bad. Calm down.
Season 2 was not.
No, it was
not
season
good at
season
all.
2. Like, if we're going like,
Mm.
these is what I can say is like, season 1 is in my top 10.
Yep.
Right.
Season 2, we're not
You're
putting
not
it on
wrong
the
about
top
50.
list. We're
No,
not.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but it's not as bad as in and of itself. It's not bad. It's just it had season 1 to contend with. Which
I
is-
will take the second part of Death Note over the second part of Psychopaths any day.
Yep.
Any day.
Second
The
part.
second part of Death Note was not bad.
Where the transition away from
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now with that said and done, they had. All right, y'all are gonna have to correct me on this one. 2 or 3 films.
Yeah,
There's been a couple. Yeah.
with more in the works.
Yeah, and there's been like actual story developed in them.
From what I can tell, you don't even need to watch the second season to watch the first film. The
Oh,
first film is-
that's amazing.
Also, I think the first film is connected to Africa in some way.
Well, I only remember because remember they were promoting the first film.
Mhm.
That was the one that had what's his face on it. That was missing from season 2, and everybody was kind of like, "Where was he?" Main dude from season 1. I'm horrible with names.
Was it Yagami?
I forgot the names too. No.
No, it's
No?
it's the main dude, Kogami. Yeah, thank you.
Kogami. I know it's
Kogami.
something Gami.
Yeah. He was like on the poster for that movie because I was like, oh wait, they're bringing him back. Cool. Okay. Well, there's the Psychopaths movie that came out in 2015, and then there
That came out
were
so long ago.
three films: Psychopaths SS, Psychopaths Sinners of the System Project,
Jeez.
or
That movie was 4
Psychopaths
years
Sinners of the Systems. So there's Psychopaths Sinners of the System Case 1, Crime and Punishment. I'm going with the English names. First Guardian, as well as In the Realm Beyond is blank. The newest one opened literally like this past week, I believe,
Jeez.
or really recently. Stupid
Yep.
recently. To say like there's more Psychopaths content. The characters in this picture of this poster
Yeah.
clearly are different from any of us that haven't kept up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them we know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, who?
The second movie has a high score though. It has a pretty decent, but
Alright,
it's only 46 people have rated it. So take
So
that with a
that
grain of
can
salt.
either be like diehard fans or
Yeah.
Well, no, because the first one has 90 people who rated it, and it has a 7.10.
oh wow.
That's still pretty decent though,
Yeah.
as far as Mal goes.
No, if it's like that low, it's
I don't know how to feel. Like Psychopath season 2, it's been so long since I watched it. I think I want more Psychopath. I want more good Psychopaths. Is the easiest way to say it. Like, it's what season 1 does. It's one of those things that captures you and holds on until the very end.
Well, there's nothing we can go off of Psychopaths 3 in terms of like quality or anything right now, other than like the people coming back for it. But I don't know if we're realistically getting a level of quality for like season 1, because I mean that was the kind of the point of season 1. You get what I'm kind of trying to say here? Is like, I don't know, what season 2, because everything was so established, and of course the writing just went down compared to the first one.
animation too. The animation was way worse in that second season.
Yeah, still great, but it was, compared to the first one, which was like oozing Sakuga, even the openings. But I don't know. I have nothing I can go off of for Psychopath season 3, probably because we haven't kept up as well, so we don't know if there's like a chance of it being close to season 1. You know what I mean? So
Is this the movie trailer for SS2?
This said SS 1, 2, and 3. I have no clue how to read, like how to judge this.
It looks cool. It looks
Definitely does. It
decent.
looks good. It looks
good.
I mean, Psychopaths never had a problem.
Looking good. Yeah.
Like, its art wasn't like, damn, I can't watch this because of the art.
Well, no, season 2 had a lot of bad CGI, so.
Like I said, we don't talk about season 2. It's like Devil May Cry 2. Okay, so this is showing like that there are 3 different parts to the movie.
Damn,
This looks actually really cool.
I can't believe you just
We might have
compared
to-
season
we
2 to Devil May Cry 2. That's messed up. That's crazy.
Oh, let's talk about. We might need to
That's
check
rough.
these out. We might need to check these out. Just
I'm
to see
down.
Yeah,
what
for
they're
sure.
like. I low-key want to
Bro.
watch. If you've never seen Psychopaths, it's one of those shows that I recommend, whether or not you like anime.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1 of Psychopaths is just, if you like sci-fi, if you like crime and dramas, check it out.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of years since I've seen Psychopaths, so I might need to get on that rewatch.
And that is true. Season 2 was only half the episode
We
length
can,
of
we can go back through Psychopaths.
season
That'd be a
1.
fun watch.
Damn. Oof.
This looks
There's-
sick, honestly. This looks really cool, honestly.
I'm not gonna play the whole trailer because Nintendo
Yeah,
got us.
don't.
Nintendo got us last week
Did they?
on like 4 different accounts.
I
Dog.
told you.
They
I told you.
got it for the Pikachu movie, for the Pokemon picture. Like they hit boom, boom, boom. Nintendo was out here.
Strix, I told you. What did I tell you about Nintendo, bro?
Season 2 was also half the length, so we can.
Yeah.
I'm definitely down also to check it out.
The hell did I just say?
Look. I trusted you to handle negotiations for us, Shaz.
Who? Just because I'm Japanese, you didn't handle a Japanese
You got
company? That's
connections.
crazy.
Yep.
You got connections.
Who got connections?
You got connections.
You.
I'm leeching.
You did not get arrested at customs.
That was a terrible
That's
dream.
connections.
That's connections.
Uh,
Someone's looking
so
out for me. Someone's
so-
looking out for me.
as the sun sets in the east, because it rises from the west, the moon's coming up.
I'm gun dog. I'm gun dog.
I'm joking. No, all right, we're gonna transition out. I just like messing with it because it's
Damn,
it's
dog.
far funnier to do it that way.
Yeah, dog.
I will become anti-say jam, where I make the worst segues.
Anti-say jam? That's gross.
My hair will be fucked up. I will have
Please
the
don't.
worst segues possible. I just give out false frame data, like, yo, that's positive, bro. That's positive. Free.
Negative 15.
Yo. Okay. God. What was I gonna say? I forgot completely. We're moving on to. Speaking of Say Jam and fighting games.
Oh, my
Now
God.
we're actually gonna go into some more stuff. So, following up on our Evo talk last week, one of the games that was there was Mortal Kombat 11, and we're getting more information. We're gonna say that has to do with Mortal Kombat 11, namely a story trailer, as well as the announcement of a beta and a stress test.
Stress test.
So go ahead.
Okay.
You can handle it while I get
So the stress test is going to be coming out next week. I'm gonna, if you want to put the link in the chat. if you guys go to the link for the beta, you can sign up and you can possibly be picked to do the stress test. It's going to be for
US
a few
only.
days. Yeah, US only. And there's also a closed beta coming out for people who pre-ordered the game, coming out around the 26th, I think it is, around that time. In a few weeks. In a few weeks it comes out. So
And for clarification, as of right now, Amazon is sending out codes. I can confirm that.
Yep.
So if you want to get on it, I'd recommend pre-ordering on Amazon. They don't charge you till it ships. You can try out the game. Just set a reminder and make sure that you cancel your pre-order.
Yeah. Because Amazon will not charge you until the game actually gets on your doorstep. So
weren't they trying to get on that, or did they not even bother? Because I know Strix was talking about it a long time ago, where they were kind of like being wary of like codes for people who refund a lot or cancel.
My thing is, I just tell people like wait till after the beta happens, so it looks at least like, hey, I tried the game out, I didn't like it, I'm getting rid of it. Don't just like instantly refund it. Also, for clarification, because people will not get, you get a code for the platform you pre-order for.
Yep.
So, like for me, I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered the PS4 version of the game. So I have
the
a
beta's only on PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah. So I got a PS4 key. Know that, and make sure you please come out and play and have some fun, because we will probably be checking it out. If they have, and if unlike every other fighting game beta recently, they actually have partying private matches.
What do you mean? What could you possibly be referring to?
Not even just DOA. There's a bunch of games that.
No, there was.
Because what was that? What was that one that came out? EX Fighting EX Layer didn't have it.
Yeah, neither did Jump Force either.
Yeah, they all just like, hey, just play your.
Play with random people on the internet.
So chat's making suggestions of Mortal Kombat Battle Royale and Mortal Kombat VR. One of those will give me a heart attack, and one of those is literally just going to be people playing Raiden and dropping lightning bolts.
I'm okay with Mortal Kombat Hentai VR.
Okay. Moving on to the next topic. Going back to what I was saying before, the story trailer for Mortal Kombat came out. I'll pull it up. How many of y'all have y'all seen it?
So I saw it when it came out, yeah.
What are y'all thoughts?
I don't know anything that's going on in the story. I don't know.
Did you play 10?
I did not play 10. I played 9.
You definitely have no clue what's going on, because 10
did
some shit.
10 was the whole thing.
I'll probably watch a walkthrough of 10 before getting into this, but I mean, it looks cool. The game looks pretty as shit. There's some new confirmed characters on here for anyone who hasn't seen the leaks. And overall it looks cool. They showed some gameplay of the new confirmed characters. I think there's other trailers for the characters too, but overall it looks cool.
Do y'all think the leaks sped this up? Do you think this was coming out now, or do you think the leaks
probably
kind of
yeah. I feel like this would have been released around like the stress test or the beta came out.
I think I think the trailer. I think it didn't speed it up too much, because this came out around the time they were announcing the stress test and the beta. So the stress test and beta are like literally next week and in a few weeks. So this,
I think it's sped up just because I think, like, so far you see a bunch of characters in here. Yeah. If you have not read the leaks, you don't necessarily know who's playable and who isn't, because that's one of the things about Mortal Kombat 10 is every character that's actually in the game is not playable.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of characters that aren't playable.
Yeah, and so
Shao Kahn is in the game, but it's like it's not really.
I mean, in this game
for 10, he means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for 10. Like, if you go through the story, you'll see when you watch the story of 10, there are plenty of characters that you'll look at and be like, "Oh, why aren't they playable?"
Yeah, there's a handful of them that are people would be like, "I wish I could play as
Because somebody that has avoided the leaks for Mortal Kombat. I don't like. I'm looking at all the characters and knowing how big the roster is. I'm wondering which of these people make the cut and which don't.
I'm personally super excited for Cassie Cage. She's a little cutie, and her finisher looks really cool, and I really like her.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it looks. Oof. Okay. I forgot about
That's
Jackie's.
sick. That's sick.
Yeah, I forgot about Jackie's, bro.
Ooh. Oh, that one bothered me. That one actually bothered me.
Mm.
Jackie's didn't bother me too much, but but Cassie's.
Mortal Kombat, man. Mortal Kombat. God damn.
Wild and
They always catch you when you least expect it. You just kind of relaxing, and then right in there.
But yeah, there is more footage. I think they showed more footage of Cassie and all of them, and showing their execution finishers or whatever they're fucking called.
Fatalities, brutalities.
Fatalities and brutality. Yeah.
whatever their new version of X-rays are, the EX stuff.
I forget what they're called.
Yeah, it's
Everybody has a different name for these shits.
They really do. Just EX is EX, friends. Please keep it simple.
EX. Man, this game, you have defensive and offensive meters now, bro. It's going to be a whole ass game.
Oh, yeah. And it's also, there's no running either. It's all very slow.
Short dancers, yeah.
Which is crazy. We talked about it before, because it's like Mortal Kombat has the biggest stages in like fighting games because they're huge.
I mean, the stages here look a bit smaller too, so.
There's still like 2-3 screens. I mean, I don't even know how to,
And this is the Cassie Cage character trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's wild, bro.
I've been pretty blind for fighting games. So going forward, I realized that like I'd rather just wait for the game to come out.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard. Like when you see gameplay and then you can't play the character, and you're like, oh yeah, cool, okay.
You don't know how to feel about because they could do a lot of cool stuff, and you think you would like the character, but until you play that, you don't know if it's for you.
Well,
totally understandable. Jesus Christ!
Just.
Well, here's the thing. From what I'm seeing of this gameplay, oh my fucking god. I think the big thing I'm noticing is that
Jesus.
Yo.
Fuck me. Command grab into.
There isn't any running, but like from what I'm seeing, the animations are a bit faster in this game compared to shit like 10 and 11, 10 and 9. Because those are really fast animations.
Yeah.
Well, unless you have the.
Well, they definitely like NRS games historically have felt like
interesting with their animation.
Yeah. Oh my.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I love this. This is the thing I wanted to check out the most.
I actually haven't seen hers yet.
It's really funny.
Oh. Nah, we're good.
Hey, National Women's Day.
National Women's Day. International Women's Day.
And then show a picture of that, and it's like, yeah. Facts.
No, I think there was a GIF where I think that might be in the story mode. She made a hole in someone's like chest or something, and with the blood she made like a little heart sign. So it was kind of cute. It was kind of funny.
You're a Cassie Cage man. Good to know.
Yeah, I like her.
God damn.
That final kick.
Can't wait till I pick up Mortal Kombat. Strix accusing me of picking a top tier again.
You're going to. You always pick a top tier character.
I don't. King is right there.
You always. He got 30 Devo.
What does that mean?
Top tier. Evo's the greatest tournament. That's why Melee's not there.
Facts.
Where was I going with this?
Mortal
Kombat looks good. We have a month. I don't have a whole lot to say other than like, give me the game, put it in my hands, let me play.
I actually just want to play just so that I know what character I should look out for. Because I've never really played a Mortal Kombat in my life before. I've played 9 a little bit for like an hour, but that was way before I, got into fighting games in terms of actually playing them. I've always been a fan of fighting games, but so I don't know. And I know NRS animation's kind of wonky in terms of like hitboxes and like the timing and stuff.
The flow it's something though that you pick up pretty quickly as you play.
It's I've MK9 was the big one that really got me into fighting games. After that, it's like Street Fighter 4 and all that shit. But the big thing, it was at a time where I wasn't really into that, and then I kind of skipped MK10 because I was getting more into like the Japanese fighting games and anime fighters. So it was like, Also, I played MK10 for the first time a few weeks ago.
Oh, how'd you like it?
Now, I was gonna say to y'all, if y'all want to play it, it's free on Steam this weekend. is currently free on Steam. So if you want to download and play it, check it out. Another fighting game news. If you are interested in another game coming out for Evo, Eunice, that is $20 on the PlayStation Store.
PlayStation and Switch.
If only it was fucking Steam. I only said that because
I'm so sad.
I don't got the extra money for. I have $20 to drop on that I've been kind of sitting on. Shout out to y'all.
We can't get it on PlayStation.
That's $20. I mean, it's not horrible. I might look into it.
Just let me know, because we're gonna play.
We're
gonna play Eunice.
When does the sell end? Because that's what will end up mattering. I always end up waiting to the last minute to make decisions on these sales. Because I'm like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes.
I know Blackjack was really on and off about it, and then he ended up craving.
He just did
it. That's part of the reason why I want to get it, because I know we have somebody else.
I'm trying to see how long.
I mean, isn't there a tweet that said how long this?
There was. I'm just trying to find it.
Oh, that's a big scroll. Oh no. Is there any?
You can type in Eunice sale and it'll pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
PlayStation Store, Eunice is $19.99 currently. And what you're looking for is Under Night in Birth EXE Late Est.
It ends on the 11th.
The 11th, which is...
The 11th at 11 a.m.
You got 3 days.
Monday at 11 a.m. So make your decision before Monday. The more I think about it, I'm probably going to end up getting this.
I'm just going to get it.
Because it's $50 normally, so...
It's PlayStation, you said, right?
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's 60% off. There's no reason not to buy it right now.
Yeah, we should get it. We were going to play it anyway. Yeah. So...
The funny thing is, with everything said and done, because I was looking for it to drop a little bit down, because it's 40 on Steam.
Yeah, it's 40, yeah.
I mean, when Evo probably rolls around, if I'm being honest, they're
100%.
Yeah.
It probably was on sale, and I just didn't notice it before because I'm a horrible person.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. And to kind of round out everything that we've been doing tonight, with all the fighting game news we just talked about, we got some more gameplay from another fighting game. In this case, a game that I think most people haven't been looking for, and that's Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. 26 minutes of gameplay came out. For those that don't know, this game is from a company that's known for mobile games, but it has Justin Wong and a few other names that are recognizable from the fighting community working on the game. And I'm pulling up some footage for y'all.
I think K-Brad was there, I believe, right?
Yeah, I know. At least in this video, you got Yipes is there as well.
And I believe this is trying to tie in with the Battle for the Grid comic, I believe, with Lord Draken.
Because the main villain of the game, which has been revealed, is him from the comics.
That's Lord Draken, right?
Yeah.
I want to say that's his name. We're talking about the Green Ranger, which has
we'll say the Green and Gold Ranger. Just the guy in the white, green, and gold Ranger.
I honestly have nothing. I know nothing about this dude. It's just...
trust me. If you're looking for it, I believe
that was a sick ass comic.
Comic historian. Fuck, I can't.
Yes.
Covered some of the comics if you want to check out at least some of the basic information. With this is a 3v3 style fighting game. And it seems to do kind of what Dragon Ball FighterZ and a lot of successful games recently have done. There were some comparisons. I checked out Maximilian Dude's video. He was kind of comparing kind of the flow of the game to something like a Skullgirls.
Oh.
I can see that.
But it has the auto sprinting from Dragon Ball FighterZ. It has a few different mechanics from a couple of different fighting games. And the game really does get crazy with what can really be happening for people that are really talented in what they do and really know how to get the most out of the fights.
So the big thing with this one is that it looks very low budget. It is going to be a $20 game, and it's a very much low budget game.
At least I think for me they're trying, because they're like you know what, we're trying to get into. I mean, it is a mobile game company, but with the support of the fighting game community in terms of like Jay Wong and all these other people, they know they're kind of being realistic, which I kind of have to, respect on some of. They're like, no, this is gonna be $6. Like, no, they know it's a low budget game. They're like, you know what, $20 is enough to make money back and gain the trust of people. Be like, you know what, if there's interest, we can actually make it better or whatever. I'm definitely gonna check it. It's $20. I can't complain for $20. Like,
and that's the big thing. You're saying that they're trying, and you can definitely tell by looking at the gameplay that there's a lot of shit going on in that game.
With everything said and done, I agree. The one thing I will say is for $20, I want to know how many characters there are. Because if these are the only 6 characters in the game,
it's not going to be a lot. I just said more, but it's not going to be a lot. It's kind of just rough because it is a 3v3 fighting game.
Like, what's it? I mean, 9 would give you how many combinations? 9 factorial?
Yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6. Look, I'm not doing the math on the top of my head. I'm not doing that.
But that's the problem is when you have a tag fighter, you need to have a lot of characters. Yeah, you need to have a lot of characters because there won't be a lot of combinations.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because there will be just some people whose assists don't work with other people's assists.
I mean, fighters still has a problem having enough characters, especially, and that's once you factor in top tier characters and like Strix said, what assists work with what and what setups work with what character.
And then like, for those that have never played a tag fighter, some of the things you end up considering is like you can just play the characters you like and that you enjoy.
Yeah.
A lot of times as well, you got to figure out, all right, who are you picking? Who are you? What assists do you want? All right, so who's going to be your point? Who do you want to like start the match with? Who do you want to be the last person that you bring in? That person should generally be somebody that's also kind of solid. So like, there's a lot of mentality and thought processes that people will go into with these games. And so the idea of, I think if you did 12 characters, which is a lot, yes, you're asking for basically twice the roster we've seen so far.
No, there's 9 characters. There's only 3 more.
I sent a link.
That's the link in the chat. Yeah. There's 9 characters. So that's only 3 more. That's only a third more. Yeah. I don't think that's being irresponsible at all.
That's 9 characters. Oh, they already know. They've already said who it is. Oh wait, they got Magna Defender. I'm playing Magna.
That's dude. Magna Defender 100%. Is my boy.
100%.
I'm letting you know.
For those don't know about Lost Galaxy, learn.
Facts. Magna Defender is the best.
Learn.
One of my favorite special.
Oh, they got Cat as well. Yep. This is a very weird
list.
I'm assuming some of those characters have to do with the story as well in the comic or something.
Actually, it's 10 because pre-order and you get a bonus character.
You do?
No, you get the Green Ranger. It's a Green Ranger skin, I believe.
Oh,
is it a skin?
I think it's a skin. At least that's what I saw for a lot of the stuff. Pre-order and get the exclusive Green Ranger V2 skin.
And mind you, some of these characters, 2 of the characters, it seems like are comic book characters, not including Lord Drake, and because we do have Mastodon Sentry and Ranger Slayer, and I'm like, I don't know who these people are, but they look badass.
There is a collector's edition for those out there. You get the Green Ranger skin. They will have a season pass, which will add 3 more characters. It looks like, and then there will be a couple more skins built into that.
That's not bad.
That's an extra $20.
That's not bad.
$20 to add 3 more characters, which gives a lot more replayability. I definitely am willing to check it out. It looks like we'll see. This game is currently also coming out PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PC.
It's coming for everything. Steam. It's coming for everything. The only problem is it's coming out around the same time as Mortal Kombat, I believe. So
it's coming out the same month, but we don't know if it's beginning of the month or end of the month. So like there might be a time difference there. If they're if they're smart, 2 or 3 week difference.
Honestly, I think if they were smart, they would. I don't even think they need to do that. Pick like the week before Mortal Kombat, like that week, because your game isn't anywhere near as big as Mortal Kombat. Give people a chance to get in, dive into your game, and then even if they go play Mortal Kombat, if you're kind of quick on the turnaround, say, hey, look, we have another character coming out. That'll bring people after the Mortal Kombat wave. Like, use Mortal Kombat in a way to extend the lifespan of the game by distracting people, essentially.
Yeah. That's the big thing I'm curious about. It's going to be $20 and it looks like a low budget game and all that. But what is going to be the lifespan of this game?
And for those wondering, the current roster is Jason from Mighty Morphin, Gaia.
Gia.
You can put on
Gia. I think it's Gia. Super Mega Force. Goldar from Mighty Morphin.
OG.
Magna Defender from Lost Galaxy. See, like this makes me. Well, this makes me it brings up a lot of questions.
I have no idea.
Mastodon Century. So I believe this is from the
Homie just has a gun.
from the Power for
Comics. Yeah.
Battle for the Grid comics, because
I'm
he's
assuming.
from Lord Draken's world.
Yeah. Mastodon essentially just straight up has a gun.
Normal Tommy
Yes.
Oliver. Honestly, they could straight up just do like season pass 6 or season pass 3, the Tommy pack, and just
If this game gets season passes.
White,
it's
black,
confirmed to have a season pass already.
Really?
Yes, because like if you come to their web, where is it? I went to their website. I went to pre-order, scroll down, and you can see as well
So there are a bunch of characters playing.
3 new characters,
Okay.
their arcade
All right.
story, and a new warrior skin.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Mastodon, Tommy Oliver, Lord Draken, Ranger Slayer,
Pink Ranger been beefing. I don't know what's going on.
and Cat Maddox from
Hey, SPD gets love. I'm okay. I'm happy.
SPD.
Facts. SPD is one of the
Um,
greatest.
Very simply, to sum up kind of what this is, and it says it down here as well. Lord Draken is essentially from a world where Tommy doesn't turn good.
Jeez.
He doesn't come back from the path of evil, even when the spell is broken. From when
Wait,
he
I
was-
just realized is this fit just a white and green Ranger fused, bro?
basically.
Bro, that's OD, dog.
That's why when I was like, oh yeah, the white and gold Ranger, I'm like, you could also toss in like just the green, white, and gold, just all there
They really
with a
just,
dragon thrown in.
bro.
It's Power Rangers, dog. What do you expect? Power Rangers
Jeez,
ain't
that's a
got no
that's a
bullshit.
cool ass original design. I'm not gonna lie, that's a really cool design.
Wild Force story mode could help with that. Maybe 12 hours plus 4 hours per character. Lifespan of fighting games is a few hours of gameplay. I mean, I think that what is really going to come down to is if you can make a $20 game
hmm
that has solid mechanics and competes with other 3v3 fighters.
Low barrier of entry, it can find its own niche. Fighting games, as we've realized with Melty Blood and Unest and the poor section of Evo, you don't need a lot going for you. You just need people dedicated to it.
Yeah.
If the devs show dedication, people will follow.
And I think that's a mechanics thing. I think if they make it,
Mhm.
because it definitely ain't going to be a visual thing.
There is auto combos in these games. There are light and medium
Which makes
heavy
sense.
auto combos, but they don't work the same way as Dragon Ball, where a single auto combo will extend for a fucking while. The auto combo is you press light 4 times and you get 4 hits of an auto combo, but you can still do crazy ass combos without having to rely on that.
Yes. And that,
So.
no, you definitely don't want to for
No, you don't.
maximum efficiency.
Yeah.
But that's cool though. I like
this,
it.
this is a good entry fighter game. It's only $20. There's not a lot of characters, but you can still play around with it. And I'm excited for it. I am looking out to play this game when it comes out.
It's super cheap too. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't really complain about it when it's. Again, we keep saying it's $20, but even they know it's low budget, so that's
hmm
It
And,
looks,
if anything, if this is successful, it could lead to more for the franchise.
well, I think like 100%. Like, it's Power Rangers is one of those things that at this point they're I think 20 something.
They're far.
there's a
fun.
lot.
I can't
Yeah,
remember. I
there's a lot.
lost track of like 16. There's 20 some seasons, plenty of Rangers to pull from, especially if you're going to comics with alternate universes.
And also antagonists that they
Yeah.
can use for
Yeah.
100%.
future
Like
stuff.
Goldar, the idea that Goldar being
Yeah.
the only one that's been pulled in so far.
Yeah,
Um,
That's super cool.
There's a lot of potential with this. I really hope that this ends up being successful, and then we get a higher budget, more well produced.
If the demand is there.
Game.
if
Yeah.
the demand is there, they'll make it.
People like Power Rangers.
yeah. So all I need,
Yeah.
all I need is that Magnum Defender. Let me.
You're not wrong.
We're dropping in, bro.
You're not wrong.
We are dropping in.
I mean, it's fighting games are like, it's the people you keep aren't the people who are gonna sit around just playing the story mode. You know what I mean? It's just the people who are gonna keep playing it
Yeah, like it's
to play it. You know?
It's, fighting games. While it's always nice to have, fighting games we're the progenitor to a lot of the online only games.
Yeah,
Where it's kind of like, hey, fighting games to a degree are social games.
they are.
You can play the story, you can fight the computer, you can get good in Mortal Kombat and the ladders and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
at
Where
a
it's actually
certain
playing other
point,
people. Yeah.
the real like chunk of time that's gonna convince somebody to stay there for a long time is them wanting to
Rank matches.
play. I mean, not even just rank, like playing over and over again. Me and Chaz barely touched rank in Street Fighter, and we both have 200 plus hours from
Easy, free.
from just playing each other, pretty much.
Yeah,
and other
it's
people.
easy.
And that's where I say, like, it's all about being able to sell that point. Make a game look fun at $20. I would say, like, on the low, yo, go on Steam and sell a 3-pack for $60. So that the dude that's like, hey, I want me and my friends to get in there. You pay the price of one normal video game and can give it to 2 friends.
You're not even wrong.
You're not wrong.
I forget how many games like that do that. Like the amount of times where I can say, like, I'm interested in this game and it's a multiplayer game. Vermintide. 4-player co-op game. They came out with a 4-player pack that people could buy. People bought it because, hey, I can get 4 copies of the game to give to people. I think especially with fighting games and a game with such a low cost of entry.
Yeah. I honestly see no reason not to try it. Like, it's like, I like Power Rangers, I like fighting games, and it's super cheap. It's not going to break the bank, you know. I know what I'm getting into. It's not like they're lying to me about it, you know. Everything they showed me was like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like,
yeah, and again, the worst part of this game is the visuals. It looks like a mobile game.
But you know, if you watch the first trailer between,
it got a lot
better. It got way better, and most people have said that the actual models themselves don't look bad. It's really just about shading at this point and just like putting filters on. You know, people don't realize how ugly a lot of these game models are until people put like special filters and stuff. It's just, you got to put that little touch on it, and honestly, I think it looks fine. And like Alejandro said, if people show an interest in it, and they're like, look, we made more money than we were expecting, or, you know, we can kind of like keep doing this, you know, they really might think about putting more effort into it and thinking of, you know, making a new sequel or whatever, expansion, whatever you want to call it, to expand the roster. Because I would love to see a Power Rangers fighting game, because I don't know why it took so long to have one that's like this legit, I guess. I don't know. It just makes sense to me with the Power Rangers universe, if I'm being honest.
Now, my question is, this is a low budget game, it's a $20 game, and we're doing all that. What's the netcode gonna be?
The what? Oh. The netcode? Honestly, I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
I hope they work on it. I hope a lot of their time went onto that.
I mean,
honestly, if the game comes out and there's like no story mode, and it's like, oh, only online versus, I really hope that it's like, we didn't spend time on that story mode stuff, so we can spend time on the netcode.
When it comes to fighting game, story mode is the least important thing for me, if I'm being honest. It's so, because that's not where you're gonna put your time into. You're gonna put your time into getting better at the game. You know, I think more people put time into like secret bosses or like boss rush mode, or like, you know, the super hard version of the story mode, not the actual story mode itself, if anything. Like, people care about lore in the story, sure. I'm not gonna say that, but the actual gameplay itself is not gonna really be in story mode, I feel like. But that's just me personally.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person who will go into the lab and just spend a day just learning the moves that I need to, because it's a lot of fun. Why wouldn't you want to be able to pull off the cool moves? I'm really bad at them still, but
says the best player that we've currently played against right now, but all right.
It's not. I'm not. I really.
Man, you say all that, but you literally always out here fucking beating everyone's ass. So
I'm really not. Maybe in our friends, but as soon as like I fight someone that's remotely decent, it's
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
It's like I don't put a lot of time in fighting games when I should, because I do love playing them. And also just don't do what I do and just buy like a $200 fighting stick. I think I bought it on sale for like $140, but don't do that as your first stick. I just did it because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna learn it, and I didn't even know if I liked playing on stick, but I was scared too, because for the first 3 hours, I wouldn't say, on Street Fighter, it wasn't hitting me in the head, and I really thought about like returning it, but after I like butted my head against the wall for that long, I just whoosh, it worked.
That's the big thing. I'm really glad I bought a super cheap stick, because I was still able to play. I was still able to put in my hours with it, but because I spent so little money on it, I'm glad to say that, all right, it wasn't too big of an investment, and I'm gonna stick with controller.
That's what you should do.
I tried it. I tried the stick. It's just not my thing.
Also, for 3D games, I still used pad. I still use pad on Tekken and Soul Calibur. I think I was getting used to using stick on Soul Calibur, but and Tekken as well. But for me, 3D games just don't. It doesn't work the same way for me on stick. It's just weird. So I don't know. Power Rangers fighting game. It just makes a lot of sense to me. Why not? I wish like someone like Capcom, especially now since they're on a roll, Capcom has been pumping out great games lately. So I kind of wish Capcom or another established fighting game company would put this game out so that there'd be a little bit more security. But you know, it is what it is. I just want to play fighting games. Power Rangers MMO would be better. I don't.
Wasn't there a Kamen Rider fighting game that came out recently? I think it was an arena fighter, but it was a fighting game either way.
Yeah. There's a lot of this stuff for like
Yeah.
Switch and stuff. They keep releasing Kamen Rider games all the time.
It looks cool.
I really should import and just play those things on my channel, but
Hey man, find your niche.
I already know my leash. Given those. Okay.
Hmm?
So.
Moomin Rider.
Moomin Rider.
Ooh, we out here.
Shout out to Moomin Rider. The
Yep.
GOAT.
Where the fuck does this go?
You know, it'd be like that sometimes.
Is that rattling coming from your end, or is that coming from Strix?
I think that's probably me. You know what? It's probably my fan. Hold on, I completely forgot.
Because I keep hearing this like metallic rattling, and it's like,
Oh, a metallic rattling? Maybe that's just me hitting something. I'm not quite sure.
I think you're fine. He's getting his booty ate.
Truly unfortunate.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're doing a podcast. But yeah, that's mostly what we had to talk about. I guess we can go into the chat. Hello, chat. What are you up to? Actually, do you want to talk about your week?
Sure. My week, if we're talking about recently, I went to see Captain Marvel.
You watched that? When?
I did. Yesterday.
Okay.
Did. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I actually did enjoy it. Without any spoilers, I don't want to give it away because this literally just came out yesterday, and if people want to watch it, you know, that's kind of unfair. Usually we do wait maybe like 2 weeks if we watch it, or you know, for spoilers or whatever. But I'm not gonna really talk about it that much. I'm just gonna keep it really vague. Yeah, it was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. It's, I can see now why they'd be like, okay, we kind of need Captain Marvel for like, you know, the future, because.
Does it explain why her importance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it explains why, you know, how she got everything, of course, with her origin story and whatnot. But yeah, she's like, if you've seen the trailer, she's like Super Saiyan levels of like, okay, this is some stuff. Like, okay.
I think the big thing with that movie is that I saw those trailers and I was super uninterested.
Totally, the trailers did not do it
kind of
justice.
boring. Yeah, she seemed kind of boring. That the movie overall was like, but I keep seeing good reviews for it, so I might just end up checking it out next week or something.
Yeah. Do I have a job yet? No, not yet. Unfortunately. Your boy's trying. So is Alejandro. We're all struggling out here.
Yep, I'm applying for jobs, man. I need to get money.
We're trying. We're doing our best out here.
Yep.
But yeah, Captain Marvel. We'll see. Again, I'm not a very critical person in terms of like quality. I'm more of like a gut, like how I feel type of person. I can definitely tell when something isn't good or bad, and I give respect to people not liking it because of that thing. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. That's all that really matters to me. It didn't feel like a waste to me. So.
That's nice.
Yeah. How was your week? Did you do anything interesting?
I haven't honestly been doing much, but I did recently start watching the show Dexter on Netflix. And do you know what that show is about, by the way? Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, for you guys who don't know, Dexter is a show about a serial killer police officer who has his moral code where he kills only good guys or bad guys. Fuck. No, I recently started getting into it. I was like super bored, had nothing to do, and I was like, what's a fucking show I can watch on Netflix or something? And I started watching that. I'm watching it with my friend right now, so I'm going at it at a slower pace. But so far, it's been good. Season 1, pretty solid. Few characters I didn't like here and there. I now know where the surprise motherfucker meme comes from.
So, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That show's like 10 plus years old. I forgot about that.
It's 2016, dog.
Yeah.
No, not 20. 2006.
No, 2006. No.
2006.
Yeah, that is 10 plus years old. It's so old.
Yep.
God.
Dude, I was I was watching that episode and it was just random cut. It's like bam, surprise, motherfucker. And I'm like
Yeah. That's why that meme is so old at this point, you
Yep.
know.
But no, yeah, it's Dexter's and Edgelord Police basically.
Pretty much.
But
It's just
it's fun.
unfortunate. It's just oof. I remember my dad watching it. That was like the show before like Breaking Bad where everyone was watching it, or like Lost, you know, that era of like, which by
That
the way,
show, yeah.
most of those shows I have never watched because I don't know why it doesn't interest me, but I mean it does interest me, but I just never cared to watch TV, I think was the issue. So but yeah, Dexter, I've seen some of it, but even talking to my dad, it's unfortunate what happens later on because it's like, all right. Without saying anything.
I've been spoiled on one thing that happens in the later seasons, and I'm really sad that I know what it is.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But it's not even just with that. It's mostly just the quality. You know, which
I mean, it's an older show, so
yeah, for a show that goes on that long, it's kind of like okay, but it just woo. But Alejandro will get back to it eventually. So
yeah, I'll be sure to have a full, cohesive 40-minute analysis on my YouTube channel when I finish the series on a show that ended 6 years ago.
God, that's gross.
But yeah, where the fuck is Strix? How are you guys doing in chat? How's everyone's night been? How's everyone's week been? Are you enjoying the episode? Be sure to tell us in chat right now, live in chat on twitch.tv/Eurostrix.
Make sure to follow my boy twitch.tv/. Is it Alejandro_Pupo?
Yep.
Okay.
No, Alejandro Pupo _.
Jesus Christ, dude. You never.
Listen.
I'm gonna need you to just stick with one thing, please.
It's always it's been that for like months now.
No, I'm not talking about that. Just between John and then going back to like previously Alejandro.
People still call me John.
And then funny. Droid too. Like okay.
I never changed that.
No, you never changed it. No, you never changed it to Droid. But I'm just saying you were like maybe I should just test out being called Droid, and it's like
no. I wanted to just be called John.
Is it? I thought it was Droid.
Yeah. No. Why would it be called Droid when everyone already calls me Johns?
I don't know. No one calls you Johns now.
People still call me Johns.
Who?
People. If it's not Pupo, it's Johns.
You didn't answer my question.
I think Mav and Steph sometimes call me Johns. Yeah.
Morph Prod is here.
Hello.
What's up? We were being you know, very behaving. What?
So y'all. Assuming y'all just opened it up to chat.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Well, also, how's your week, man?
Yeah, we're just talking about our weeks.
I literally did nothing. I was forced to be awake at 6 a.m. every day and go to sleep at 3.
Man, that's so interesting, man.
See?
Such great podcast material right
You know,
there,
we
man.
probably the 3 people who have no lives probably shouldn't have started a podcast, but
I mean, I can make it interesting.
Oof.
I got to watch the process of a long cord and dye being shot into somebody's veins and then x-rayed until you could see the. You see, I can make it interesting if y'all really want it.
So, what are we, Monster now?
No. Just, life.
I see you got the hater blockers on. I see.
The hater blockers. Leave me. No.
Do you see the hate?
There's no such thing as hate. Hate is just a figment of your imagination.
Oh, more pride is in full effect, I see. Did you take the red pill or the blue pill, friend?
Fuck off. I see this shadow. Okay, what did I miss? Thoughts on EA skipping E3 next year? E3's not shit anymore, so that's why 90% of companies are skipping it. You'll see a PlayStation or Xbox reveal. We're not gonna get shit else.
EA skipping E3?
EA skipping, PlayStation skipping. There's like 3 or 4 of the major companies that are like most of the people that would have conferences aren't even coming.
Because E3 isn't that relevant. Yeah. That time of year is relevant, but the actual like center or like conference, whatever you want to say, itself is not very relevant. So,
I think it would be just smart to just have your own little thing, and then like the PlayStation experience and stuff like that. I feel like it makes more sense. Just you already have your location and everything. Make a live stream.
Well, I say if you haven't already confirmed, if you're not Microsoft, who's already like, yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then that can be Microsoft's show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I think part of that was because E3 went open to the public. I think that fucked with it. It being a trade show,
Yeah.
really changed its dynamic by it now having like public days.
Well, that level of privacy, or of like, oh, we got into an exclusive club type of field went away.
Yeah.
Which for the first few years was, fine. But of course, like Strix is saying, the feel of it went away because now everyone can get into it. So, and at that point, why does it even matter? Because
Didn't that
can-
open up like 3 years ago?
Something like that.
It's been a while, yeah.
But we're coming up. We're coming up on the end of a generation, so
Yeah.
there's a bunch of shit that's gonna happen. I think in the next like couple of years.
Yeah.
That
hmm
will
I'm really
dramatically
interested
shift.
to see how everything goes.
Yeah.
But I think we're coming up on the end of the podcast for this week.
Yup.
We're right. We managed to hit that 1 hour and a half mark, boys.
Barely.
1 hour 20 minutes, close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah. Round up.
So let's talk about it. Shaz, what you got going on this week? Let the people know. Great talk. Great talk.
I don't know. We're gonna be trying some things on my channel, just to see what interests people. Next week on Tuesday?
Have we confirmed the date? Have we confirmed the date yet?
No, not that. There's a different thing.
Okay.
But as for Strix Tuesday, right? For the thingy?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna, play some new games. Before Evo, just to get ready. And probably, I would say more FF, but it's really just me finishing the story, so I don't know how long I'm going to be doing that. I'll probably help my friends still, but if we do extremes and other stuff, that'll still be on the channel. Sorry to say, in terms of like DMC or Sekiro, I probably won't be streaming that. It really just depends if people really want me to see or really want me to play those games. I'm interested in those games. I'm just trying to save up money in the future because there's still a lot of games coming out this year. So we'll see. I don't know. Just peep the channel. I'm going to be trying to stream consistently. I don't know. We're going to play.
The channel.
Nice.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna play whatever I wanna play, okay?
Peep the channel.
Thanks.
Peep the channel.
Consistent Kappa.
If you were looking to peep the channel, you might need good eyesight, like glasses. Johns, let the people know what you got going on.
Never.
No, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to find a way.
No.
I'm going to find a way.
Never.
I'm going to make it more and more awkward. Anti-jam.
Anti-jam. Jeez.
T-jam, not say-jam. T-jam.
Fuck, man, I hate you.
So jelly.
You already know it's your boy. Lukewarm in the flesh. Nah, I'm not.
Lukewarm in the flesh.
You asking for it now. I'm not saving you on this one. Keep going. Nope. You started. Better.
Nah, I'm not really doing anything. I'm streaming Dark Souls, looking for jobs, watching shows. So nothing much. I want to try and stream some Final Fantasy 14 if I can catch up, but these guys are way more ahead of me in Final Fantasy 14, so you already know.
Jeez, someone's got to.
That's untapped material right there.
No, it's the internet, bro. Someone's
just walk in and
stupid
just
enough to do that, yeah.
shit that shit down. Like, I'm gonna show the world this.
Got the tripod. Got the tripod on the lapel.
No. You got the
set up.
GoPro. You got the GoPro and stuff.
And then like you gotta be like, hold on, I gotta get chat set up so I can see it.
Bro, they're
Like,
gonna give out
damn,
your whole
yeah,
government.
this interview is dumb as shit.
Dog, you gotta put out your whole government, your address, your
Yup.
work history, the school. Bro, come on, man.
You have the live chat where like the chat actually comes out on speakers and it's
Yeah.
like
PogChamp hired. Monka asked when he asked like,
Monk notes, monk ass.
oh my god, just
that would be the
No references, Bible thump.
Yep.
But
yeah, that's me.
God, somebody get on that. That's $1 million idea. You will make a job of trying to get jobs. Oh God, not text to speech. That would be so bad. If you let my friend, insert streamer name here, get the job, I'll suck your. Okay, and you're just like, nope. Next, don't know. Next, don't. Next, nope.
I don't know why I'm not getting these jobs, guys.
Man, like I'm trying my best.
It's like the most racist, most sexist shit just comes up on.
Oof.
Oof.
I'm not with that.
Nah, you know what the worst part is?
Mhm.
It's Twitch chat. So, like the person across from you, why does the thing keep saying try hard over and over again? And you gotta try to explain it. Like, well,
There's a streamer named Try Hex, and in the Twitch, it's like, don't even, dude.
no.
The context, K Kona. Oh no.
It's like thank you for this opportunity. I'll just throw my own application out. I'll just pretend I was never here.
Dude, it's so bad. That would be such a
I think that might only work if you went to Twitch and tried that shit. Not Amazon at Twitch, but Twitch.
Mm.
Twitch, you might get away with it. You might.
When-
Do you have anything else going on though, Alejandro?
Nah, I would be drawing, but I have a really bad art block right now, so don't really got anything in the works. But other than that, yeah. Now it's Ale. Now it's Ale. All right, I like that.
Yeah, of course it's ale.
Yep. I told you. I asked you what you wanted. You told me, and I switched it right
No,
now.
no,
So
no.
start.
That's people call me Ale. So
Okay, so for those who don't know, my name is Strix. You're on my channel. Immediately after this, we'll be playing fighting games. God. Tomorrow, which is Saturday's Final Fantasy, we'll be getting to Stormblood. Sunday, we will be playing indie games and checking out a bunch of hashtag ad games. Monday, something else. Tuesday, more fighting games. Wednesday, more Spider-Man. Look, it's gonna be just.
I mean,
Spider-Man.
do you want to announce the things in the works, or
No, I'm not gonna announce things in the works.
do you want to announce the thing for next week though?
The thing for for those that do not know, those that do not know, next week we will have our first guest on the show. Chat, do you want to know who the guest is? Do you I don't know.
Even know who this
That's
guest
what
is.
my bet is. I think I would bet that
I
there's
hope they don't know.
some people in chat that know who it is. Is
No.
it a
I'm
girl?
excited, though.
The president? Yes.
It's not a
We
girl.
have the
It's not a
president.
The president.
Ooh, there you go.
And so we'll go ahead and toss this out there. Next week, come through. We'll be talking Devil May Cry, and to help us with
Sekiro.
that, Sekiro and a few other games, and help us with that, we will be having Nino on. So yeah, that'll be a fun episode. I actually can't wait. Next
Be
week,
fucking wild, man.
8 p.m.
It's gonna be awesome.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
8 p.m. Okay. Next week, 8 p.m. And we're just gonna cut it there. This is gonna be a fun episode. I can't wait. Actually, it's gonna be a lot of fun. For those who don't know, for those